pretty pleased with our effort. Like right there in this top team, take away 2 minutes from like the 6-minute mark or 5-minute mark to under 4. Then it's different game, different chance to win. We just didn't make those plays. We missed a shot. We gambled a little bit on defense. Gilbert hit a 3, and then we threw the ball away at a post. So you can't afford to do that. Like down the stretch, just got big plays. We didn't do it. And then it was a fiasco again. Intention fouls, latent fouls. That was a joke. I watched that. We can't control someone that's just launching his body laterally and he falls bad. Well, sorry, he fell bad, but like it didn't jump straight up. So, but that stuff that's normal that happens. It seems to happen to us quite a bit. But otherwise, proud of that's Iowa State played really hard. Got a lot of respect for their team and how they defended. Just like even Jones, man, he was impressive. I mean, he was playing like a different game than everybody else was today. But not only his offense, like he was like face guarding us, eyeing us on defense, picking up full court. He was played a complete game.
Questions?
How hard is it to necessarily run an offense without JQ and Shannon, and obviously having him in foul trouble just down going to this match?
I don't think that was necessarily a major factor. I mean, fouls was an issue for sure. This was our largest free throw differential game of the season. Even at Gonzaga, they shot 11 more free throws there. On our home court, which was more like a court that we practice on, and it was like a home neutral, I'll call it. Based on how Iowa State came to the game today. It was disappointing. It was certainly disappointing that we couldn't play better in those last few minutes. But the fouls were an issue. Certainly, Jake Josan will gain a lot from this game, just not having played in a couple of weeks. And we're traveling so much, playing so many games, that it's hard to get him the live practice reps. So he's going to have to do it here on the fly as we play games.
You spoke very highly of Josan's practice this week. How did you see that transition into the game? He was 3 of 6 from the field, and 2 of those were threes.
Yeah, he had some big shots. He had a big shot in the corner in the first half, another shot in the second half. He's got to do some other things. You got to watch the film. Like late in the game with Jefferson, he had to come over and rotate, and you kind of let him go in and lay the ball in. He was off the ball there, so he needed to. There's plays like that he's got to get better at. He's got to realize, defenses are going to try and crowd him in space, so he's got to make decisions quicker to go or not to go, and not play with the basketball, 30 feet out. So there's some things that he'll benefit from.
Now that you've been in the club for a while, if there's a game that you feel like there's some inconsistent officiating, do they listen to you? Do you send in tapes?
I like those guys. I like all these guys. The guys I've been doing this with. The crew on this game is great. I didn't agree that it was a flagrant moment. I didn't agree with Josan's 5th foul after watching that. So like that, yeah, you're going to have those types of things happening. You're going to wonder why on your home court or your home neutral that you have shot that many less free throws than your opponent, and because hasn't been the tail of the tape all year. Like we've been either shot more than our opponent or right there with our opponent, and it was a bigger differential.
Iowa State plays with such physicality. Do you think that leads to getting away with more borderline?
If you're off the ball and you're being as physical as they are, it's obvious to me that they're not going to call as many fouls as they're. That's for sure.
You had 11 turnovers in the second half, compared to 7 in the first. How do you think your team responded to all that Iowa State physicality as the game went on?
We didn't. We talked to the guys about, we haven't had a game this season under 10 turnovers. As I was preparing and watching, I just noticed that little graphic. I think it was on the West Virginia game maybe. So, you would expect us to reach doubles, right? We played enough games, but 18 is way too many, especially down the stretch. We can't, we need to get a shot on the basket. We can't throw the ball away or lose the ball. So sheer battle. They're big and physical, and he had some really nice moments for us and helped us. He's, you know, as a senior though, you can't have 6 turnovers. He's got to take care of the ball.
You keep saying home neutral. Have you, outside of a U of A game, maybe ever seen so many road teams fans show up for you?
No, since I've been, I never had a. Even when we played Kansas City, it was a different era, different time.
What do you make of the team attack back and forth with fans from Iowa State and Big 12 championship trophy? Some praise that show.
I'm happy for them. I love it. They can be celebrated. Let's celebrate greatness. You know what they did this year was off the chain in terms of just energizing everybody and getting people excited again about the program. You know, they're the front door of that department, you know, the whole university, and they represented us. Unbelievable character. The individual players scattered through these guys are legendary now for what they achieved. So I'm glad that they could be here and enjoy it.
From the first, talking about coming out fast, but defensively in the first half, it just seemed like things were going well. Running on the field, losing on the floor, so we're getting a lot of challenges on their shots.
I thought we guarded well and happy to have 40 at halftime. I mean, we couldn't put 2 of those halves together again. So that was unfortunate offensively, but yeah, I mean, I think they were 15 to 18 from the foul line in the second half. So certainly they got a good chunk of points to get themselves to the free throw.
How about Sean Phillips' performance?
Unbelievable.
Two games in a row.
Yeah, bright spot for sure. Bright spot. You lose a game like this, you give it everything you got, and you're right there to do it. Top team in your building, and trying to find some type of bright spot in darkness. And Sean was definitely that. His block at the end of the first half, his rebounding, his presence out there in the paint was fantastic. His attitude, everything, his teammates, how he interacted with everybody. Took a big step today. Hopefully, he's taking steps with Sean. He's got great upside if he just stays focused and we keep it going in the right direction.
Do you think over the last 5 or 6 games, you've kind of sent a new message to teams in the conference after having that 4-game losing streak, beating West Virginia?
I don't think we're sending anybody a message right now, like we're 2-6, so it's results business. We're not getting results. I will say that I don't think they thought it was easy or sweet, here until they broke it open at the 5-minute mark of the game. They won a lot of games, they're used to winning, and that's what teams that know how to win do. They step up in those moments, and they did, so I give them credit for that. We've also been very competitive, so yeah, Baylor probably didn't think it was easy to win in overtime. Cincinnati, I think we played pretty well there, minus the turnovers, and played very well West Virginia. So we're starting to figure some things out, but ultimately we got to win. There's no more victories.
Jaden was wearing an ankle support early in the game. Was there anything he was battling through today?
He's got, he left practice on Thursday and took a bad step, and didn't want to go over a lot with you guys yesterday because I wasn't really sure. He didn't practice yesterday, but he just he manned up and played, and we talked with his family about playing, even though he was injured, and he did, and he just didn't have the same explosiveness that he normally would have. So he's going to get checked, a thorough evaluation to make sure that we aren't missing anything. But that kid's he's a warrior and he wants to play through. All these games are hard, and the road is hard, and the travel is hard, and getting these guys on the practice floor, and after they get in at 5 a.m. on Thursday, and it's not easy sledding on Wednesday, and then to have them back on the practice floor Thursday, and then Jaden takes a bad step in that practice. It's just it hurts. Look, that's our new world we're in, and we got to get used to it.
Are you looking forward to a little bit lighter travel schedule this week? A trip you already know with Colorado, and then home next Saturday?
I mean, I'm looking at Colorado, and my main thing is, hey, fellas, I don't know what Colorado's doing today, but they're going to be desperate, and we have to be desperate again, just like we were prior to West Virginia. And I felt like we were that way today. Like we came in here to win, and we play the winning game for like 35 minutes. We had a meltdown for about 2 minutes and it cost us. But yeah, I mean, it's nice, but that game is on Tuesday again. So here we go, two days, and we got to get back out on the road.
Yeah, the losing stings, but are you more on the encouraged side today or more on the frustrated side?
I would say that I respect my team for what they did and how they competed for me, and against a very good team. And I knew it was going to be hard to beat this team, and we had answers for a lot of what they did for a good period of that game, and we just, like I said, we couldn't execute, and we didn't stop them when we needed to for about 2 minutes in the late game, and that cost us.
Thank you.
Thank you.